Jai Shri Krishna and Jai Siya Ram. A warm welcome to you on this beautiful evening in England. I hope you are well and you are happy in your life. I wish and pray for your well-being. These series of discourses have been planned to help everybody, and in fact myself. It would help me to find my grounding. That way I can make sure that what I have learned I can teach correctly. And in Sanskrit there's a word called avartan. Repetition of knowledge makes it hardwired, and that's why we do that. So before we go ahead, I would like to welcome our family and friends who joined in, and I can very clearly see that we have got some of us who are here on Zoom. Praveen Bhai is here, Jitesh Bhai Mohan, Jayashri Ben Taylor, and Anila Ramanlalji. So a warm welcome to all of you. Thank you for coming and joining in. And as you see, technology is just chasing me. Lots of messages as we go. But yeah, we've got people joining us on Zoom, on Facebook, and YouTube as well. It's on my Facebook page and on my YouTube page. Simply type Shri Hemang Bhai, all one word, and you will find me there. So today, our first topic on unlocking the ancient secrets for success. First of all, unlocking is required. It's like when you go to a shop and you buy crisps. You open the packet and then you eat it. In a similar way, with vidya, sa vidya ya vimuktaye, knowledge doesn't come easily. It comes in a packaged form, but it's not cooked in that sense. Sometimes people pick up Srimad Bhagavad Gita and then they struggle through it. Well, when they come to me and then I say, even I am struggling through it, it's a Vani of Lord Krishna. How can you just, pick it up and digest it? So, slow by slowly, we are going to grow in this progress and learn step by step progresses. Our life should go according to a plan. So, let's go towards preparing our understanding of the first episode for today. So I'm going to play that recorded first episode so that I would have put in some editing going on, clarity going on, and so on, so that we can go towards the question answer session after that. So here we go, today's main discourse. Jai Siya Ram. So nice to meet you on this first episode of Unlocking the Ancient Secrets for achieving our self proclaimed successes. Our gurus and saints have always done research, and they have done so much work that we don't need to reinvent the whole wheel. And that's why these sessions. Today, in the modern world, we are seeing that whenever we go to social media or online, there is so much information. It's a deluge of information, and you don't know what to do with it. It's just too much. And quite a bit of it is good as well, but we don't know how to use it. It's like somebody goes and comes to you with a manual of how to fly a plane. It just gives it in your hand. There you go. You got the whole manual, whole guidelines, everything in detail how to fly a plane. How good is it for you? Unless you are a professionally trained pilot, that book is useless. At best, by using that book, if you try to fly, you will crash and hurt a lot of people. At best. At worst, it will be more worse. And so, we have a saying, Neem Hakim Khatre Jaan. Rather than knowing something, it's better knowing nothing. Either you should learn thing in a good way, in a proper way, or not do it. Because things can bring us problems. Whereas if we want to succeed, we need a plan. Because in the Western world we say, and even in India we believe, in our ancient ways, and that is, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So never go into the idea that we'll just wing it. Maybe you could do that after lots of practice because it has become muscle memory. It is just recorded in your hearts and minds. Then it's all right. Otherwise, it's not going to help. And so we have to understand the basics now. So this is our first episode on this whole series of unlocking the ancient secrets for success. The first point to understand is this. Sar salamat to pagdiyan bahut. If you are alive, you can wear different dresses, you can go to different parties, you can travel to different countries you want. But if you are not here in this world, basically saying dead, or you are very ill, neither you can travel very well, neither you will socialize very well, and life won't be fun at all. And so, we start from the right of the basis, Mool Aadhar, from the foundation, and that is Sar Salamat to Pagdiyan Bahut. May we learn to get our basics in order. And while I am sharing this with you, I have to give you a disclaimer. I am not sitting here on a high horse and saying, I know exactly what to do, I have done it, and I am very good at it. No. I have learned a lot of things in my life. And there have been a lot of trial and errors. There have been a lot of mistakes. A lot of learning situations have come in my life. I never believe that there is a failure. There is always failure to learn. So you should always be careful not to take life in such a way that you don't make mistakes. Mistakes is the only way we learn most of the time. So here we go. We have to understand that at the end of the day, if you really look at it, all of us are dead anyway. Do you comprehend the idea of this sentence? From today, 50 years, 60 years, 100 years onwards, you and me won't exist in this world. Agreed? Tough, but very true. In the end, we are all dead. So the idea would be to find immortality. Until we find that fountain of youth and immortality and live forever, we have to do something to take this life, this body, and stretch it out as much as possible. That is at the core of starting. It's like to bake a cake. You need to start with the flour. You need flour first, then other ingredients, and then get the oven ready and do the whole thing. But first you need raw materials. In a similar way, people think of success as an achievement, but really that's not the achievement. How so? Let me give you a bit of example. By the time a mango tree gives you mangoes to eat as a fruit, it takes years and years and years for the tree to mature first. And so, if you go into your garden today and sow a mango seed and expect the tree, which I doubt you would, tomorrow, you're not going to get any mangoes. Why? Because preparation takes a lot of time. And after years and years and years of preparations and giving it good manure, good fertilizer, the tree grows well, and voila, eventually the mangoes start coming. Do you see? So what we have to do is wait patiently and follow the plan, follow the formula. Slowly, it will develop and grow. The problem with today's world is everybody is in a rush. Let's go and do this quickly. Everybody wants things done yesterday. You know where it's going to lead you. Frustration and stress and worries. Nothing much. And so we need a plan. We need a system. And a life is like that as well. Life is basically a series of actions put together. That is our life. We get up in the morning, we go to the loo, we brush our teeth, we freshen up, get dressed, drive, go to work, something like that. And there's a plan for it. Now, if you skip one of these things, it's not going to help you too much. Say, for example, you did everything else what I just said, but forgot to brush your teeth. Now what will happen? All the day, the people you will meet, they will go, you're smelling. Do you see? They won't like it. If you forgot to shower, again, one of those reasons, you would at least, if not smell, you would have another problem, and that is, you won't be fresh enough. And if you didn't get up on time, then you had it. You're delayed for your job, and stress and rush comes in. So basically, life is a procedure of steps. And those steps should be taken in a good way, in a proper way, in an organized way, not random. It's a system you have to follow. Sometimes people come to me and say, Hemang, Bhai, there is no action. We are doing inaction. I'm just chilling. I'm doing nothing. What do you tell that person? Well, that is also an action. Choosing not to do something is also choosing what to do. Basically, you're choosing not to do anything. So that inaction is also an action on your part in a way. And what happens is that if you sit around doing nothing and if you hope for the best, it wouldn't work. So being proactive and having a grip of your own steering wheel is very important. So now we know that action is required. We need to do things in life. We need to go to work. We need to study. We need to exercise. We need to eat food. We need to have friends and all other reasons. They are all actions. Do you realize? They are all actions. And when we do actions, they generally fall in two categories. The first one is the action which makes mistakes. So you've done some things, but you did it wrong. And then there are other actions which you've done and they've been correct. Nothing wrong with it. Which means you got some actions which we made wrong, some action you did were correct and right and helpful. What we need to do is increase more of the good ones and decrease the mistaken actions. Maybe learn how to fix them as well. And that way, we can get slowly further. So where are we leading with all this? See, there are a lot of people in this world who go to universities. You might have been to university as well. In fact, you might want to put a comment in the comment box. How was your degree experience? When you got the whole degree, 3 years or whatnot you studied, what was your experience? How did you find that degree? How easy or hard was it? Was it helpful? So, coming back, university will offer lots and lots and lots of degrees. The question is, how many can you do? So suppose somebody can say, I can do a lot more, Okay, fine. You done 1 degree, 3 years gone, another degree, 3 years gone. If you're too good, you're doing parallel 2 degrees at the same time. Say, hypothetically, somebody can do that. Say, for example. Fine. Well done to them. Hats off to them. But there are more than 100 degrees in one university offering. In generally, I see the local universities. Now, my question to you is, can you do all 100? Because they all are good. BSc in computer science is good. BSc in chemical engineering is good. You can do mechanical engineering. You can do construction engineering. You can do lots of other engineerings. And then there are humanities. There's geographies. There's technology. There's so many hundreds of thousands of degrees. And it would be like a person who is hopping from one place to another, trying to do degree, different degrees. You know what will happen to that person? They will fail in nearly all the degrees. And so we have a saying, Sab sadhe, sab khoye. We should only do sadhana of one. Meaning, we should take a subject and become good at it. Be very good at it. Become master of it if possible. This is very important. And I would now add, in the modern world, we also have to be master of one and jack of all at the same time. You cannot be master of one and know nothing else. Nowadays, it doesn't work. We need multiple skills for multiple things in life. And that's why we are going to do these series of discourses and discussions. Discussion, because after this little bit of discussion we finish, we are going to go into discussions. So I will welcome you to put a question in the comment box. If you are joining me via virtual, Zoom, you can come online, raise your hand, and then you can come and ask your question. And we can go into question, answer, and discussion sessions. Now, the next point to understand is, it's oxymoron. It's two opposites. Number one, we need to find ways to succeed in life, to achieve our goals, not sit around waiting for things to happen by itself. So that's a strategy. But then what people do is they say, let's be active. And then they become so active, they are super active. They are massively active. They are constantly switched on. Their phones are ringing 24/7, day and night, the music is going on. Meaning, work. Constantly, there's so much to do. So either you have one side people who don't want to work, procrastinate, and then other side you got people who want to work too much. They are non-stop workers. And there's a term for it. You know that. Workaholic. And so, one of the most intelligent scientists of our times, Albert Einstein, said, "A calm and modest life brings more happiness than the pursuit of success combined with constant restlessness." And therefore, even he is advocating to be calm, to be content. Otherwise, if you will constantly try to chase one after another new goals, your life will be restless and stress-filled. Your life will be filled of stress if you do that. And so, our gurus and saints, after doing years and years of meditations and researches and introspection and awakenings, came up with the idea. And they created shastras for us, scriptures. They wrote down their experiences. One of the most profound ones for our life is the Ashtang Yoga by Patanjali Rishi. A saint called Patanjali wrote a tiny book, but I believe it's full of treasures. And that's not the only book we have. And this is not only a research of one saint in one lifetime. Remember, they are all building upon another. Meaning, lots of saints did research, passed it on to another saint. They passed away. Then they passed further the knowledge, the further. And in this way, excuse me, they accumulated millenniums of research. And this is all put for us. The problem is we don't know how to learn it and practice it unless we find a guru in life. That's why we say, Guru bina gati na hoi. So, for today, we are going to focus on three things and completely basic. What is the takeaway? What can we do right now, today, to take one step towards success and joy? Of course, this is the body, this is the engine, this is the system through which we work. This body is our tool. If our tools are broken, they won't work well, or they won't work at all. And so you got to keep your tools in very good shape. Your eyes should be sharp, your thinking should be good, your memory should be nice, your body should work very well, and you should be able to work. Because if your health goes down, what's the point of everything else? It's like somebody saying, I don't want to be richest person in the cemetery, in the funeral parlor. I don't want to be the richest person. And that's very important, that you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, as we say. So let's go with the body first. This body is relatively very nicely made, and it's one of the most advanced technologies there is. We'll go. But believe me, this body is a very complex mechanism. It's a very intelligent mechanism. In fact, if you get a cut or something, your body knows how to fix it. If your bone breaks, your body knows how to join and fix it. You have to allow it to do it. Most people get in their own way to succeed. We call it self-sabotage. And so, the body is important. Let's understand. For the body, we need a system in place. Again, system is very, very important. There should be a system for everything. And for the body, we call it the circadian rhythm. You know what is rhythm? Music. So if you go da din din da din din da din din ta din din da. Do you see everything is going in beats? And then the music or the song is built upon that rhythm. However, if the beat was going off beat, then you will realize and you think, something is wrong. This music doesn't sound correct. You will find out straight away. And you won't like that song. Same happens with our body and mind and life. If you go out of sync, if you go out of tune, if you go out of step, the body doesn't like it. And if you want to experiment, you can do it for yourself. Say you sleep every day, right? One day you decide you don't want to sleep. Say, for example, you don't sleep all night. Next day, where will be your productivity, meaning how good you will be achieving your work the following day? Think of it. Your energy and your skills, your memory recall, everything will come down. Why? Because you changed your system. The rhythm got out of. And it shows, looks like the technicality problems are getting there. I do hope you can hear me clearly now. If somebody can please type in and say, can you hear me clearly? That would really help. The idea was to understand that we need to work on three systems first to get it going. To be successful in our life, we need to get three things right. The first one is our body. If we have our body correct and it shows tuned up, looks like the technicality problems are. Yes, sorry. So to get the body ready and in shape, there are very few simple things we need to do. Not much, not too many things. To get your body right, the first thing is to be in time. Like I gave you an example a moment ago for a song. For any song to be based and made, it needs to go in rhythm. So you will see there's a tempo in a song and it sticks to it, and all the other musicians and singers stay in the tempo. Your body has different organs. You got spleen, you got kidneys, intestines, brain, heart, lungs. They all work in sync together. And the only way you can make it successful to sync and synchronize well is to give them timeline. Basically, sleep every day at the same time. We know it as circadian rhythm. And wake up at the same time every day. Maybe half an hour, 1 hour here and there maximum, but rest of the time you should stick to your timeline. Secondly, eat fresh fruits and vegetables as much as possible. You know that. It's live enzymes. And thirdly, but very crucially, make sure your quality of sleep is very good. A lot of people toss and turn all their night, and in the morning they get up not relaxed but stressed out. So that's one. Second is very important, and that is resources. We all need money to run our life, isn't it? And therefore, we need to make sure that we get correct resources and we don't have to strain and worry about money. Whether it's materials or money, we need to make sure that there is a plan for it and there's an organized system to reach that. I realized that a lot later in my life due to my own mistakes and so on. But sometimes what we do, and even we sometimes do too much of a good thing. By the way, do you know you can drown yourself by drinking too much water? Yes, you can drown yourself from within. And therefore, this tells us, okay, you can hurt yourself from within, but you have to be careful about your own proportions. So water is supposed to be Jivan, life force, but only in the right proportion. And so earning also, resources also have to be in the right way, and so has to be prayers. I did this mistake a while ago when my teenage years. I used to do too many prayers, and I enjoyed doing prayers. So nothing wrong there. My family loved it. But then suddenly my exam marks in the schools and universities were going down, 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 because I was giving nearly all my time to prayers and meditation and yoga and studies and reading scriptures. So this is where I learned that too much of a good thing is not right as well. You need to have a balance of everything in life. So that's about resources. And finally, we are going to touch on this bit, and that is Manashchashasht Indriyani. How to keep this mind happy. Most of the time, you see people are happy with their body. It's like when there are two people fighting and arguing, their bodies might be very well off, but they are mentally stressed and worried and angry. And there are a lot of mental issues going on, especially due to COVID. And so for that, what we have to do is something very specific, and that is learn to be in the attitude of gratitude. So I'm going to give you some homework for tomorrow. It's very, very easy to do, but once you do that, you are going to enjoy it. And that is, from tomorrow onwards, try to make sure that at least one person you are going to help. So help one person where you can. It can be opening the door for somebody. It can be, serving a glass of water to somebody. Something like that. But help people out. Once you do that helping out, then the next thing to learn after that is to make sure you make one person smile. You want to make one person smile in your life. Okay? So, can you all who joined in today put in your comments how many people did you help today and how many people did you help smile today? Now, if you haven't done that, then I urge you after our discussion to go and see in your family if you can make one person smile, which means you'll have to learn to say jokes to each other as well and have a bit of a funny, happy side in your life as well. Okay, time is coming up to past. I didn't want to talk more than that because I want to give good time for discussion and question answers. So now I'm opening the floor to everybody. Hitesh Bhai, welcome. Shri Ben, Praveen Bhai, Rekha ji, and we've got a name which says QTNVPTO. So I don't know. Can I ask you all to open your videos and raise the hand. So on the bottom right, you should be able to see reactions, and you can click on the hand sign. If you click on that, then I'll unmute you, and then we will do question answers. So, who would like to go first? Rekha ji? हाँ जी.
Hello, namaskar, Panditji.
Namaskar. So good to see you, Rekha ji. बड़े दिनों मिले.
बहुत दिन हो गए.
हाँ जी, कैसी हैं आप? बताइए.
आगे से बेहतर हूँ. मुझे स्ट्रोक हो गया था अगस्त में शादी के बाद. तो अब भगवान की कृपा से improving, getting better now. So, and like they say, after a stroke, you've just got to keep smiling and be happy. So I was just trying to count how many people I made happy today.
क्या बात है, क्या बात है. हमारे में एक बहुत बढ़िया कहावत है रेखा जी इसके लिए, और कहते हैं गो धन गज धन बाज धन और रतन धन खान, जब आवत संतोष धन सब धन धूरी समान. जब आपको खुद लोगों को आप हेल्प करना चाहते हैं, अच्छाई बांटना चाहते हैं, स्वीटनेस बांटना चाहते हैं, then you make people happy, and when you make others happy, magically you become happier as well. So बहुत बढ़िया आपकी जर्नी रही. और बताइए, any questions, any queries for today?
I'd like to hear what everyone's views and thoughts are and questions.
Okay, fine. Lovely, lovely. Thank you, Ji. We'll go to now somebody else who would like to ask any question. I've got somebody saying, sorry, using a laptop. It's Pravina Ji. Nice to see you, Pravina Ji. So wonderful. Okay. Anybody has any questions on the discussion we had today? To get our bases right, if you get the basic, like the Kundalini energy starts from the Mooladhara and then it goes to Sahasrara. But everything has to start on a very simple basis, and then we can build upon it. It's like baking a cake. You need rice flour, yeast, and just bake it simple. But then you add the designs, the colors, the sprinkles, the writing, and everything on the top. But main cake is very simple. So we need to get simple lifestyle changes done to get ourselves healthy and happy. And it starts with this body. If I've got a small ache over here, even मेरे दांत में थोड़ा दर्द होगा ना, so I won't be able to talk clearly, and I'd be, just feeling not very happy. And that's just a toothache. So if our body is not healthy, it causes problem. I urge anybody who's got any problems to always look at mudra science. You can do it while you are sleeping, while you are lying down in the bed, while you're sitting on the chair, mudra. If you want it, we'll do one of these discourses on mudra science, and that helps a lot. Okay, going forward to some messages over here on Zoom. Well, Hitesh Bhai, clearly, thank you very much. You said, is anyone having audio problems? I don't know why that happened, Hitesh Bhai, but I hope it doesn't happen next time. We are trying our best not to do that. And Hitesh Bhai, do you have a question for us? If you want to unmute, yes.
Yeah, I was trying to unmute. No, I
Sorry,
have
sir.
questions. I got invited by Hemang, Ben, and Praveen, so I thought let me join.
Thank you.
See what what's been on offer, and so far that's been very good. It's spelling out the obvious, but sometimes the obvious needs to be spelled out.
So true.
And it's always good for a restart, a refresh as you go along.
It's an honor. Ane Amasusheke, I see this in my own life. I cannot stick always strictly to my own routine due to some family or other situations. You have to break rules, but there's always a payment for it. What happens is, Hitesh Bhai, that in modern world today, people sleep randomly at 12 o'clock, then sometimes at 2 o'clock, and then they sleep early someday, and then they expect their body to work well. And if it doesn't work well, they go to the doctor and say, why don't you fix me up? Well, it's not doctor's problem. It's your problem. You need to handle it in the first place. And believe me, if doctors could have saved people, which they are doing, hats off to doctors, I am really thankful to them, then no queen or king would have ever died. All the kings and queens would be alive if medicine and science could have saved them. It's nigh impossible. If you mess up your body and your life, it's very hard for a doctor to fix it. They can help, but they can't fix situations all the time.
Yeah, your body is always your responsibility.
Yes, sir. And that's what's our theme according to Ayurveda is. Ayurveda says the ball was in your court, the ball is in your court, the ball always will be in your court. And that's a very profound statement, I believe. It's a very, very big thing.
I am seeing it for the first time. So what is your background, Hemang Bhai?
I come from a Hindu Brahmin family from Gujarat. And my favorite passion was puja, path, and meditation and yoga in childhood. So I studied scriptures in my spare time. And then I used to go to ashram and learn from my gurus. But the problem happened was I did that too much for a while and my studies started to suffer, as I said in the discussion earlier on. So I learned from my guru to balance things, and then it helped me greatly. Now, as for now, I like to do these discourses. I like to do Ram Kathas. I like to do Krishna Kathas and spread the wisdom of our gurus and saints. Believe me, our gurus have been very, very, very advanced. And if you look at some videos on Gaia on YouTube, you'll realize how advanced our civilization was. And just now, we are struggling through so much. Especially, we are seeing physical health and mental health epidemic going on. This is without COVID, okay? COVID to side ma rakho. COVID vagar pan there's so much problems. And now, even mental health problems are growing too much.
I think there's a lot of influence from external sources, and we are not looking internally enough.
Exactly. So the modern world has done something for us, and that is it has put so much things in front of us that we don't know what to do with it. It's like you go to a shopping center, and it happens to me. I don't know, my wife likes it though. Please don't tell her. When she goes to a nice shop, she sees so many varieties. She likes to see all that. But to me, it confuses me. It gives me too much choice, and I get inundated with that much choice. And then what happens is analysis paralysis. Let me give you a simple example. In ancient times, even when I was I was in my 20s, my mom was looking for the right girl for me to marry. There were few girls, it was easy to choose. She said no to some, yes to some, sorted it all out, and then just gave me a few choices, and then we had discussions and sorted out. It was easy to do that. But nowadays you got these apps, dating apps. You don't like it, you swipe. You don't like it, swipe, and you swipe on the other side. And because of that, what is happening is you are giving your mind an idea that you have unlimited choice of partners in this world. कोई भी चलेगा, इसको मैं धक्का मार दूंगा, किसी और को पकड़ लूंगा. I'll throw this person away, I'll take the better one. And because of that, what is happening is we are getting into a huge problem in this society. The family problems are through the roof, as you might already know. But I've dwelled a lot more on that. Thank you very much, Hitesh Bhai. It's an honor. Nice meeting you. And I hope we will now build on this and go deeper and deeper and deeper into these topics and learn more skills. How we can, open. It's like a dungri nupad. You open onion one after another rings, and you'll get more deeper. Eventually, we will end up with Panchkosh Vivaran as well to see how the different koshas of our body work and how to make it into synergy. Synergizing is the most important thing. If anybody is more interested in what I'm talking about, you need to look up flow state. Flow, flow state. That is what we need to really achieve in life. If you achieve that, you'd be very, very happy person. Okay, Hitesh Bhai, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'll go to Pravinji. Would you like to join us and ask a question or share something?
Praveen,
Yes.
Praveen, are you talking to Praveen? He's not here.
No, Hema Ben. Yeah, sorry. Praveen Bhai પણ કદાચ હોય તો ત્યાં. Yeah, Hema.
He's playing bridge. He's playing bridge.
Good. Games are good for you. I believe games are very good for you.
મને લાગે કે આ બધા classes કરે છે આપણે younger generations need to listen to this.
Yes.
I feel. I think we're at an age where we've learned to balance things. Our generation. I think younger people need to listen to this, and they've got too much the phones and the computers and that. They're too much into all that. So what you're saying is right. They have to learn to balance what we're talking about, Amra.
And that's the problem. કે જેને આપણે આપીએ છીએ એને we are preaching to the choir. But the idea over here is that eventually, once we get going in these series of discourses, we will go a bit advanced, and that is where youngsters might or might not like it so much, because nowadays the social media is mostly about bite size. So if you give them 5-minute video, even that's too much for them. They'll scrub through it saying, let's go to the 4-minute and 3 seconds and see what's in the last minute. I just want the gist. They don't have patience for 5 minutes. Do you know why? I have a theory about it. Today's social media is full of so many notifications, dings and pings and ting and tang. And what has happened is that a person now, especially younger generation, has been bombarded with too many distractions. And those distractions are making their attention span very small. So anybody teacher over here would know this. If you are a teacher, you will know this what I'm talking. You will see more and more youngsters in a class fidgeting around. They cannot sit in front of a teacher and learn a lesson. No, they are constantly fidgeting around, and teachers have to struggle to teach them. So what they have to do is find different ways of teaching them. So they have to do audio, they have to talk about it, they have to ask them to write about it, they have to ask them to ask other students about it. They have to do all the nakras to just keep youngsters engaged. Now, this is more or less babysitting in my eyes rather than teaching. What will happen when this person goes out into the market and their attention span is so distracted? They are going to be in trouble. And because of this distracted mind, most will struggle with something what I like to say, analysis paralysis. They won't be able to make up their mind easily. That's another indication.
Yeah. Absolutely agree, yes.
Maraban. Saras, anything else to share, Maraban?
No, that's, yeah. Give somebody else a chance. No,
Yes.
that's it's overcoming this. The children, you can't take the phones off them because on the computer they say the homework and that is via emails and internet now. So it's very, very difficult. So I've been through it with my children's, and I'm sure that other people are. So it'd be interesting to try and find solution for the younger generation.
Sachi vache, Ben. We are all keeping hard work going on, and we are trying to get more people involved. I think we should do it all together. But if we get our own life in order, because we've got health problems going on so much, and as I say, I'm not on my high horse. I've made mistakes and I'm learning from them. We are all in the same boat, but luckily I've got a magical thing, and that is I've got Chavi, my guru. My guru was the key. He opened lot of locks for me. He showed me what should I do in life to grow and prosper. I believe that it's my duty now. Whatever my guru gave me, I should share it out with the wider world, and they can prosper and help themselves as well. Yeah. અત્યારે શું છે કે મોટા ભાગે you're finding children with the family relationship issues. There's so much problems going on. So we want to see where we can help. So thank you very much, Hemaben. And now, Pramod Bhai, it's such a nice thing to see you after a long time. Mara Bhai, tamne to bahut time meda. Pramod Bhai, good to see you. Kem cho? Pramod Bhai, do you want to unmute yourself? There you
How
go.
are you?
Bolo, bolo.
Sorry, I thought you were 7 to 8, and I just noticed 6 to 7, and I just joined in now. All right, sir.
Majama, so good to see you.
Nice to see you as well. Right. Yeah.
Bhabhi કેમ છે? છોકરાઓ અને ભાભી ને બધા મજામાં?
Everybody is fine, thank you. તમે લોકો all right છો બધા?
એકદમ આનંદ. Lovely, lovely.
Excellent. Thank you. Yeah.
Saras.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to share or any questions, Pramod Bhai?
No, because like I say, I've just joined now.
No worries, no worries. So please keep on joining as you do always. And
Yeah,
I will
sure.
now go towards my dear brother Rishi. આપણો Rishi ભાઈ જોડાઈ ગયો છે. Let me call him.
Oh, that's good.
So Rishi is saying, Jai Shri Krishna, lovely to see you, Hemang Bhai. This is great. Hemang Bhai is the best. My goodness. I think he's biased. Oh, I'm just laughing. We used to attend weekly satsangs in person. We learned yoga, meditation, and discourse. We are blessed to have Hemang Bhai in Leicester. So that's Rishi Bhai. Being the kind and gentle person that he is, he's very loving. I can't say more. Amazing boy. I'm so proud of you, beta. And we've got Chetna Ben Shah on YouTube. She is saying, Jai Shri Krishna, Pranam. Thank you, Chetna Ben. Jai Shri Krishna and Pranam. If you have any queries, please put it in the comments box on YouTube. We'll try to answer them. And Manjira ji is saying on YouTube, so nice to see you after a long time. Thank you so much for your sharing this pearl of wisdom. Well, I thought it is about time. After a long time, we've been on a break. So we should get together once a week, not too much, because too much of a good thing is not good. And as I said, the simplest homework, Rishi Bhai, I can see you. Wonderful. Kya baat hai. Finally, I can see you. Yes, yes, yes. There we go, Rishi Bhai. So wonderful to see you in person, Rishi. This COVID has taken us so back. Okay, do you want to unmute and join in and share something, please?
Namaste, Hemang Bhai. Namaste to everyone else as well. Apologies, Hemang Bhai. I'm dressed quite informally. I won't say much because you're our oracle and master. But it's just lovely. This is such a great idea, and we're looking forward to seeing more of these sessions. And lovely to see Pramod Bhai as well. So yeah, I'm hoping we can do something in person at some point. So thank you for this gift, Hemang Bhai.
Always, Bhai. Always. I can't wait to meet in person. So my homework I would like to really give. This seems very simple, but believe me, it's very powerful. And that is to stay into the attitude of gratitude. How do you do that? Game enu gulal karu. If you have something good, the best thing is to learn to share and give it out. That's how you do it. So what to do? You know, the usual: eat right, drink right, sleep right, get up right. I've said about that in basic terms. But more important would be from tomorrow, it would be nice if you can do this for 1 week and see the difference. And that is, make sure you make one person smile every day. Now, if you're trying to smile the same person every day, that is not a good idea. You're just being lazy. Okay, not lazy, but you are still good million times better than others. I'm just saying that you need to go a step forward. Once you made somebody happy in the house, you should go outside and help somebody else smile. Find ways to do that. It won't work always if you haven't been doing it. It might take time, but make one person smile every day and help one person every day. And when you make somebody smile and you help somebody, the into bracket responsibility is that you're not doing this out of selfishness. So you're not making somebody smile because you want something from them. Okay, this should be niswartha seva, selfless love. If we do that homework, it will be amazing. And I would like to see your reactions, what you felt, how easy was that for you or not as a homework. Okay, simple. Help one person a day and make one person a day smile. Okay, going to the next bit, we got Hitesh Bhai's message here saying, how do we get the younger generation engaged? Hema Ben, same વાત આવી પાછી. વાહ ભાઈ વાહ હિતેશ ભાઈ, આ તો અઘરું કામ છે. So I believe, Hitesh Bhai, it's possible. But to do that, we have to do something which is nigh impossible. Again, going back to Hema Ben, that is, she said it's very hard to take gadgets and phone away from children. There has been an occasion where a parent took the phone away from a child in America. It was in news, and that child killed the parent for that. Do you realize that just taking a phone away from a child can get them so much in withdrawal symptoms? It's like person not getting their cocaine. It's very hard. So I don't think we can do cold turkey with them anyway, because of a lot of education and other bits are connected with the technology. I find a good start would be circadian rhythm. So you make sure that your son, your daughter sleeps at 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock, whatever o'clock is agreed upon, every day at the same time. And before that, 3 hours before, you say no screens. So no TV, no mobile, no iPad, no laptop, no homework, no studies. That 3 hours they can do meditation, they can do yoga, they can eat good, they can socialize, they can sit with you, they can chat, they can play with other people, but no screens and no blue light after. So 3 hours before sleep. And whenever you sleep, you ask the son or the daughter. Suppose she says, oh papa, I'm so busy, I've got too much work, I'll sleep only at 11 o'clock. That's fine. But now sleep at 11 every day, not at 10, not at 12. We have to get that, because most of our children's lifestyle and their health has gone out of whack because of circadian rhythm messing up. If you get that ready, then you can slowly reduce that screen time, and only when the screen time goes low can they focus on education, being centered person. नहीं तो you will find a lot of people who are flip-flop person. अभी ये किया, कभी वो किया, कभी ये किया, कभी वो किया. People jumping about, trying to do so many things. And therefore, to stop that fidgeting personality, the only solution is you have to reduce distractions. And the biggest distraction we know is mobile phones. So we have to tell them, your phones won't give you degrees, your phones won't give you success. You have to find it somewhere else. It takes perseverance and hard work to achieve that. I know it's a slow thing, but it's like the mango example I gave today. That mango tree doesn't give mangoes tomorrow. So if you take a mango seed and sow it in the garden tonight, there's going to be no mango tree tomorrow. It will take years and years and years, but then you'll get mangoes every year. The problem with us today is everybody wants it now. If they order pizza on their phone, even half an hour delivery time is not enough for them. They want it quicker. So sabhi ko chahiye, abhi chahiye aur abhi hal chahiye. And even if they can't afford it, they want it now, now and now. And that restlessness is going to cause huge problems. So we have to work slowly and chip away at it. But in the meantime, I would recommend we learn our health, Gyan Vigyan, and knowledge of health. How can we use the ancient wisdom of Shushrata, Sharangdhar, Charak, and these great saints, their research, how can we use that for our well-being and health? Remember, in your plane, when you sit in the plane, they say that the masks will fall if there is air pressure low, but you should put your mask first before you put it on your child. In a similar way, I would say here, if you and me, we get our health, wealth, and emotion happy, then we can go out and help the children. So let's start with ourselves. Any closing statements somebody wants? Anybody wants to share? You can unmute yourself if you want to. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say, the only way we can get the younger generation involved is by talking to them and talking a lot rather than just sending them, oh, I'm busy cooking, I'm doing this. Working in education for the last 26, 27 years and working with children from 5 to 11-year-olds. When I said to the children, why didn't you read at home? They were given targets to read at least 3 times a week. They said, oh, mum's either on the phone or watching Z TV, or she's on the phone, or she's cooking. So, and parents used to say, oh, we never got time to do the homework because, I have to run the house. So I said, excuse me, I'm also a mother, a wife, looking after elders, cooking, cleaning, plus working full-time, helping your children to have an education. But the parents would make excuses for the kids that, oh, we didn't do this work done because we didn't have time. But these are the things, sacrifices we have to make for our kids, giving them time. And that is so important, and just regularly talking to them. I mean, when we were saying about listening to people should be listening, when you did Sangeeta's wedding, there wasn't a single sound at the wedding. You kept everyone, even youngsters, elders, and even the very young children, they sat there quietly listening. And it's things like that. And up until everybody talks about you, mentions you, and says, how lovely it was and everything that you say. And we can try to get all the youngsters together and then listening. It's like when you come on Asta channel doing the kathas, we sit here, we watch, and straight away sit there watching, listening. And like you said to Kishan as well, when he gets married, you're going to do his wedding. So he said, that's it. He said, you are going to do his wedding and we'll work around.
Thank you. And I wish the same, that everybody else get their children on time and they don't go slow, because I see a lot of youngsters not getting married on time. They are just delaying. Gujarati ma kya pachi karisu, later on.
Everything is today or tomorrow. We say we'll do this later, but things like eating together and having that quality time, 1 hour. We used to sit at the table, all of us used to eat together, and there was no TV, no radio, no music on, nothing. That was our time where we sat, talked, and ate together. And things like that I see drifting away now, that people don't do that as much. And giving that time to the children. One thing I just want to, sorry, taking up a lot of time.
Nana, boli.
there was Kishan does this trading work. So one of the girls who lives in Yorkshire, she she was talking to Kishan, and all of a sudden she said she's from Huddersfield and she went to Rainwood School. This is going to 2003 to 2007.
Mm-hmm.
Talking, and Kishan said, "Oh, my mum used to work at Rainwood School before we moved to London."
Yeah.
She said, "Oh my God." And she said, "Let me guess, Mrs. Barley?" And said, "Yes." That girl, she's now 27 years old. And that time, 2003 to 2007, she was going through a very rough time at home. She spoke and she said, "You know what?" She goes, I said, "I'm surprised you still remember me." And she said, "Mrs. Barley, I can never forget you because I always used to come to you crying and you stopped everything else and you sat and talked to me." And I think that's why talking is so important.
Yes,
Kids,
giving them a lending ear, and but it has to be both the ways. Na thali do haath se padti hai. Most of the time, children are not doing that when they are busy with their lives. And kuch salah do to bole, "I know it already. Thank you very much." So yes.
I say to them, I said, "We're all learners. We all learn from each other." First, kids used to say, "Oh, but teachers should know everything." I said, "No, we're all learners. We all learn from each other."
Constantly we are learning. But I'm afraid we are out of time. 7 o'clock. I know people have to go and eat lunch and dinner and prepare everything. So I'll let you all off. Thank you very very much. If you have any queries, you got my numbers. Feel free to call me, message me, text me. Also, next Wednesday, similar times, we'll get together and we will expand on this slowly. Slowly, we'll build into it. We'll do few of these lectures and then we'll try to make it as a package. So it will be free lecture studies for people and discussions. I don't want to speak more than half an hour, maybe less I would prefer, so that we can have more question and answer sessions rather than that way we can clarify ourselves. Okay, so thank you very much and Jai Siya Ram. Be very happy, be very healthy, and make sure you smile, and even better, make others smile. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.